Hi, I'm Steph, and this is Tosh, and today I'm going to be testing out my Greyhound's poop to see how she's doing after having hookworm. I used to have two Greyhounds, Mac and Tosh. Mac was my first wonderful retired racing Greyhound, and she's from a track here in Florida, and about 99% of the Greyhounds coming out of Florida had hookworm, and it was a very hard hookworm to get rid of. And this is something I learned very quickly once I got Mac, because she was having some symptoms and just an upset GI, and just her poop was not on the right schedule, and we did a lot of different treatments, and I think she was over hookworm. It's one of those things that's really hard to actually test because of different stages that hookworm is in. But I always wondered if having hookworm for so long really messed up her gut in some way. And Tosh also had hookworm when I got her, and we put her on the same treatment as Mac, and she seemed to get over it a lot faster than Mac did. But they both definitely had hookworm when I got them. So I asked my vet about 7 months ago if there's a way to test the gut to see if there's any damage there. And she told me about this product called a gut health test, and it is powered by Animal Biome. This one was purchased through Embark, but you can buy them straight from Animal Biome. You send off a sample of your dog's poop, and then they give you the results. So I did this with my dog Mac because I was really curious, because she had the most symptoms, and I got the results back, and unfortunately, a week later, Mac had to be euthanized because she had some uncontrollable pain, which I'm not going to go into in this video, but I'll put a link below to kind of that story. But anyways, so I got her gut tested, and there was definitely some imbalances that we needed to address, but of course, we did not address them because she passed away. And so I kind of just left the results, didn't think about it, because I was very upset and sad about my Greyhound passing away. So then I thought it would be kind of interesting to test Tosh's gut to see how hers compared to Mac, because Mac had more symptoms. So I thought, okay, this will be interesting to do. So I was all excited. I was like, I'm going to get a test, and Tosh's results are going to be so much better than Mac, and I'll be able to show the comparison. And this was the thought in my mind. So I first want to show you what the process is like to actually collect the poop, because it sounds kind of gross, and it is. So I'm going to show you the collection, and you're going to see some poop. I'm not going to blur it out. You're going to see some dog poop. So enjoy that. So the first step, as you can imagine, was collecting the poop. So Tosh gave me some great samples here to work with. And here is the test kit, and I started by setting up everything, and it comes with all the instructions you need, a little booklet that explains everything that you need to do, and then I just set up my workspace with all the products and put them in the correct places. So yes, this is gross, but it was a pretty quick process. So I brought Tosh's poop in, and then I split it in half as the instructions said, and then I collected a sample and put it into the little container that comes with the kit. And then I repeated the same process with the second container. Then I cleaned up my workspace and put both of the containers in the included plastic bag, and then I put all of that in the mailer to mail the samples to Animal Biome. And lastly, I went to embarkvet.com/activate to activate this kit before I mailed it off. So I believe it was a week or two later, and I got the results of Tosh's gut, and I was all excited. This was back in February. I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. So I opened the results, and this is what I found. They were way worse than Mac's results. Tosh basically did not have a balanced microbiome. She had harmful bacterias. And so I sent these results to my vet, and she said, okay, well, this isn't looking good, so I have some suggestions that you can take or leave. And so she actually suggested kind of an aggressive treatment, and she suggested that I put Tosh on a special food and on some poop pills. And what are poop pills, you might ask? Well, basically this is a gut restore supplement, and what this is they take the poop from healthy dogs and they grind it up into these little pills, then you feed them to your dog. And so basically it will help restore, put healthy bacteria into your dog's gut. I will say it doesn't smell like poop. It's not really gross. It's really nice in a tablet. So after the 2 months, I will go back to Tosh's old food, and I had just bought a big bag of the old food that was open, so I needed to do something with the food to make sure it didn't go bad in those 2 months. So my vet friend recommended that I actually vacuum packed it and put it in the freezer to make sure that it doesn't get any fungus or mold or anything on it that could hurt Tosh. And that is what my mom and my nephew are doing right here. They are bagging up Tosh's food, and then they are going to put it in the freezer to stay nice and safe for Tosh. And I will say, after the 2 months, we did reopen the food and feed it to Tosh, and she did perfectly fine. So this was a good way of keeping it fresh and safe. And this is the special food that I fed Tosh for 2 months. I gave her 2 cups at night and 1 cup in the morning. And at night, I would give her 1 animal Biome capsule. I'd put it in a pill pocket and then put that on her food, and then I mixed in some chicken with all of that, and she would enjoy her dinner. I will say she really did enjoy the new food on its own. She didn't have any problem transitioning to it. I did do a 2-week transition from her regular food to her new food. You just follow the bag instructions for that. But she did really well with the food and with the pills. Chicken and pill pocket is the secret to getting Tosh to eat pills. I will say during this time, Tosh was pooping more than normal, but it was really good poop. It was pretty solid, pretty consistent, and but she was pooping like 5 to 7 times a day, and my vet said that was pretty normal and nothing to be concerned about. I just had to be really mindful of taking her out a lot. So we finished the 2 months of the treatment, and then my vet said, let's do the test again. So I bought another test kit, and we got the results, and they were better. They weren't perfect, and my vet was like, they're probably not going to ever be perfect because of, you know, being on hookworm, having hookworm for so long and all that, but it was better, and I could see results. I could see that she was pooping more consistently, or the form was more consistent, we will say, and she just seemed, she wasn't showing a lot of symptoms before. That's why I was so surprised her gut was messed up, but it definitely, I feel like it helped. And if she's having some like visible symptoms in the future, I probably won't actually test the gut again, but I'll put her on that food maybe for a couple months and see if things improve. I'll put the price of probably what everything was, I'll add it up, but for me it was definitely worth it because I wanted to make sure that my dog is as healthy as possible, and knowing that she had hookworm for so long and how it could maybe mess up the gut, it was definitely something that I'm glad that I tested and invested in. If you're wondering, this is not real dog poop. This is actually, what do you think is in this bag? It's not dog poop, but what do you think's in here? Let me know in the comments. If you stayed this long and you have ideas, let me know. Alright, thanks for joining. Have a great day.